tweets about every generation. Tommy NFG. NFG as in, there's no, my fucking goat. Yeah, that my starts with an N. Yes, sir.
Been gone for the last 2,000 years, leaving their own personal impacts on it. There was the generation that created wheels, the generation that created cars, and recently, the generation that created mukbangs.
Oh, listen. I hate mukbang. I hate it so much. Not only is it disgusting, but it's also so unhealthy. And it just makes me feel unhealthy watching it. Right? It just feels gross. Oh! Oh my god, hold on. I can't.
The point is, whether born in the
No, no.
1200s or 2000s, every generation has their impact they create onto society. And today I want to run through every generation's most terrible, garbage, and trash faults left onto this world. I'm mainly going to be talking from a American and Western perspective because that's simply what I know. And let's start off with none other than boomers. Boomers are people born from 1946 to 1960.
Alicia, you got love the fro? Tommy NFG? Yeah, his fro's fucking fire. Alicia, you gotta help me figure out this costume, because I got some crazy ideas that I want to run by you.
64. Damn! Sorry, it's just reflexes, my bad. And to a lot of people watching this, they're probably your grandparents or even great-grandparents if they make it that long. But y'all already know that. Let's just start off with the one that's just most clear as day. Old, traditional mindsets. Yeah, let's just say that.
Traditional. I call it the right way to think. Okay? All these people nowadays with their rap music transitioning. Flex. So odd to me. Traditional is the right way. Because the white god told me. He spoke to me in a dream. He said, "This is the way it must be." I'm Uncle Ruckus.
Boomers didn't really grow up in the most inclusive of times. We all know.
Color don't.
Didn't really grow up in the most.
As it should be. Alright, I'm gonna stop with that.
Inclusive of times. We all know this for a fact, and it doesn't really take much to show when you talk to someone that's a boomer.
Oh, he also has the music in the background. I'm not even playing it.
Outdated and out-of-pocket language that hasn't been used since those times. I know for a fact we all.
Y'all ever heard of like a crazy racist term? Like not a normal racist term. Like one that is so specific, so far beyond your time that you're just confused. Like it is like a hyper specific old ass racist term that you just hear someone random say. They don't even have to be old, but it's like a racial term back from the drenches of racism. Like they brought that from the ancient language of racism. I've heard a few, like just like either playing games or like doing my own thing where someone will say the most crazy racist shit and I won't even know it's racist until I look into the words. Like some people will go into the woodwork to find some crazy racist shit. I can't say any of it on Twitch without getting banned, but you know.
Have that older family member that when you hear them speak, you just gotta think, thank God they ain't born in this generation. Because they would be canceled with the swiftness and have every single job opportunity ruined for them for life. Like they would actually have zero chance of holding a future career just off of the tweets they would make. And it's not like I'm expecting them to be updated with Webster's dictionary of every inclusive, non-gender conforming hurting terminology. But my nigga, it's the 21st century and you're still saying colored people. Let it go, little bro.
Nah. It's like when you hear like a politician say blacks. It's like, what? Brother, you're still saying blacks? The blacks? Huh?
And when you confront them about it, they just go, well, sorry, I'm not always updated with you young people's sensitive doohickey terms. And I think it's because a lot of them have grown up with this mindset being the norm and normal for so long that they don't want to change it at this point. Like, you can tell boomers are stubborn just by looking at politics. Politics is basically a nursing home at this point. All they have to do is change the logo of the White House to say nursing home. The last 2 presidents have been absolute depleting fossils, and everyone else in that shit is too. You got niggas freezing up on stage like
Nah, bro literally was like, he was gone. He was not real. Like, he was in a different world. I don't know where he was at, but he was not in our world. Not in our plane of existence.
Eminem did an 8 Mile. There needs to be a point when the younger generations step in there and tell them it's time for a nursing home. They have no choice. And when I say traditional mindset, people immediately assume I'm talking about the husband and housewife thing. But no, I have no problems with anyone who wants to do that. It's 100% your choice. And if it works no matter the generation. Boomers will also complain about how the younger generations aren't already financially set, talking about, back when I grew up, I got married at 19 and had a house by 22. Why aren't you guys doing the same thing? Like, my nigga, back in your day, you could buy a 5-cent candy bar and save up $50,000 to $70,000 for an average house. Let's see how much the average priced home in the United States of America costs now. Oh.
God damn! Nah. I think it's time to quit. Alicia, we're like the same age, and so you should understand as well as I that it's time to just stop. Time to quit.
Yeah, I don't think.
Echo, Sin, I don't know what you're gonna do. It's over. It's over,
This
boys.
is getting paid off with the McDonald's salary, bro. And it's not like they even help the younger generations after this. Everything boomers have done for the economy has been for them. Like, how many old people have y'all seen on the road randomly with the most luxurious convertible car? Meanwhile, everyone else
Way ahead
is
of you.
kind of thugging it out and taking the pain. But I think that's enough of boomers. Let's move on to the next one, which is Gen X. Gen X are people born from 1965 to 1980. And for a lot of people watching this is probably the generation where your parents were born and aunts and uncles, etc. But starting off the rip, I think a lot of people in Gen X kept the same old mindset that boomers had. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, a lot of people pick up mindset from their parents and grandparents. But I
Also, Baki's a crazy show.
don't know, I feel like younger generations actually prove this wrong. There is such a divide between Gen Z and millennials versus their parents. There really is so many people in Gen Z that are so mismatched with their parents' mindset, you would think they were born 100 years apart. Gen X also has a super terrible work mindset. Like, I 100% understand it's good to work hard and be working towards something always and achieving things, but holy you can at least give yourself some time to breathe and enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's like some of them got a David Goggins motivations.
Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of the newer generation is like, nah, we gotta strike, we gotta get rid of this old shit, this shit's trash. And it's not just like Gen Z, it's also like millennials and shit being like, yeah, this shit's fucking, I'm not just gonna work for pennies for the rest of my life. Like, no, we gotta fix this. Like, I should be able to live on my money.
Speech on loop 24/7. Them niggas would rather die at work surrounded by coworkers than die around their family. There's so many Gen X people that will complain about the younger generation's work habits and be like, I've been working 7 days a week, 80 hours a week for the last 15 years of my life, and y'all have the audacity to complain? Like, yes, my nigga, I am complaining. I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy life with family and friends. I got a solid 80 to 90 years of my life, my guy. Like, just because you were taught to do this as the norm back then doesn't still make it okay. I personally think it's just weird to them that the younger generations decided to not do it and try to change that attitude at least. It's also annoying that they aren't the most tech savvy people. And obviously boomers are the same way, but most of the people running companies and shit now are Gen X. So they have to be caught up with the technology to keep up with the times, but they're just not there and are absolutely stubborn about it too. It's like they're too skeptical to have anyone else younger help them with it. Their imaginary fear is they hire someone younger, have them help them. The younger person accidentally falls asleep on the job watching Ice Spice twerk compilations.
I was gonna say a story. I don't think I should though. I'm not gonna put that out there.
Explode. And
I was
Gen
gonna
X
say a
was
story
also
about my
the
brother.
last generation to at least have a chance of getting a house. And that's not even their fault. But they still have the mindset that if you just work hard, you'll eventually be able to live the
Bro is going crazy for $2 an hour.
American dream just like they did. And looking at the stats now, yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. But that's enough of Gen X. Let's move on to the next one, which is millennials. Millennials are people born between the years of 1981 and 1996. And the one thing I personally hate for millennials is them always shitting on Gen Z for everything. Now, don't get me wrong, Gen Z isn't rainbow and sunshines with the atrocities we've already committed as a generation. But it's weird to me when someone that
Wade in the water.
is a millennial shits on Gen Z all the time, even though they experience the same bias. Yeah, for y'all that don't know, when millennials were young like Gen Z is now, the older generations thought they were the end of humanity, saying that they were too lazy, too overbearing, not trying hard enough. So when I see some millennials doing the same thing they hated back to Gen Z, it throws me off a little bit. Like, damn, bro, I thought we were supposed to be on the same side. What happened? Millennials also love to dick ride the 90s and act like there's 50 years worth of differences between the 1990s and 2000.
Bro is going crazy on it. Hold on. He's putting some work into it. Also, I hate people that are like, the 90s was the greatest time ever. Brother, you have VR nowadays. I know it's getting pretty bad out there, but you have VR. And also, saying, for like Pokemon, you have some crazy good Pokemon nowadays. Pokemon series has been going on forever. And all the stuff from the 90s, you can still do today. Or you probably have done later down the line if you're poor. And they're like, no, only 90s kids know this. Nah, I was born in 2004 and I know most of this shit. Why? Because I was poor as shit.
Thousands. They think it's like going from caveman times to World War I. When in reality, the 2000s had the same amazing childhood shows and music, and even the 2010s does. But it's like they just close off their ears and don't want to hear that good media was still made after the 2000s. A lot of millennials also think Gen Z didn't grow up outside at all and think we were just shut in immediately for our entire life. Meanwhile, when I was a kid, I was playing outside every day with my neighbors.
Nah, we used to play Hunger Games back in middle school. We just hit each other with sticks. Now, was that smart? No. Did we have a playground? Also no. So, we hit each other with sticks. Also, the older kids would like go back into the wooded area and just fuck, which was weird, but okay.
Neighbors. We would all gather around the
judging.
green electrical box thing, playing tag, manhunt, jump rope, hopscotch, all the good stuff. I think that's definitely gonna be the Coco Melon Gen Alpha kids. Like, they definitely grown up isolated as from childhood to adulthood. A lot of millennials are also known for choosing the dumbass degrees they have. You have people picking the most artsy, passionate degrees, but not the shit that actually makes money. Which is something Gen Z knows. Like, you gotta get some shit dealing with STEM or go to a trade school or you're probably gonna be broke. And to be fair, they still thought at the time a degree would always hold a high value forever and guarantee you a job. It's also the worst when millennials try so hard to fit in with Gen Z and the new social media culture. Like, they'll say the slang and trend words, but not in the exact way. It'll go something like, whoops, not me dropping my pen. No cap, I've got to watch my steps. I just got this huge W promotion at my job. How dank is that?
Listen. Sometimes you get a W promotion.
God, man, I'm on a roll. Sometimes you just gotta let it go a bit, alright? But that's enough of millennials. Let's move on to the next one, which is Gen Z. The part you've all been waiting for. The boomers have been sitting in the back with the rocking chairs, shaking their dentures in delight. Gen X getting ready to shit on their kids more than they already do. And millennials finally ready to not face all the hate. So let's start off with the one that every entire person, including Gen Z, is going to agree with. Being soft. It's no lie that we live in the single-handedly most generation when it comes to anything. It doesn't matter who you are, what you say, what you do, someone will be offended. And don't get me wrong, okay, millennials are pretty soft and similar to Gen Z, but they would be at, let's say, the Empire State Building of being offended. And Gen Z is on Mars when it comes to being offended by shit. The mere fact that every single creator is terminally scared of being canceled for saying anything out of turn is ridiculous. You got niggas canceling.
I don't think this is just Gen Z. I don't think it is. I think there's also a lot of millennials that do it too, because they get mad, or even older generations too. When they hear someone like you can get canceled for just saying progressive ideas too, from like older people or just people that are fucking dickheads too. You could get canceled for that shit. You think if Tucker Carlson said something like, "Oh, I appreciate the gays and the blacks and I think they're the coolest people alive, and also they have never done anything wrong," I mean, he's already booted off of Fox News. He'd get booted off the internet immediately by the older generation that are like, "This guy's fucking stupid." You know? Because they're also hateful. I hate when people, I don't like this argument because I don't think people are softer. Because everyone's fucking soft. There's always a portion that's soft. Shit, boomers are soft as fuck because they'll just get mad at you for fucking being like, "Oh, you're too soft," and then they'll get pissed off because they think you're too soft for hours, and you'll just be like, "Oh, please don't say the N-word to me," and then they'll go on a tangent for 10 hours about why they should be able to say the N-word. I do disagree with the point that Gen Z is the most soft. Are there a lot of softer people? Yeah, but I also think a lot of other generations are soft about a lot of different things. So, and also, I think it's not even softness necessarily, it's just awareness. People around you. Maybe that's just me though.
Literal comedians whose job it is to make fun of things. And even if you do something by accident, there's no learning because you'll simply get banned, which solves nothing and just makes everything 10 times worse. We also gotta mention Gen Z's amazing and wonderful attention span.
Okay, now I absolutely agree with this one. No attention span. None of you have attention span. I know Echo and Sin are probably not even in the chat anymore. They're probably playing a game right now because they have no attention span. Now, they also might not just want to watch stream, but also, I know Echo had 2 streams playing in the background and was also playing a game. He said that in the chat one time. There is no attention span anymore.
You can't emphasize enough how much Gen Z's dopamine receptors have been absolutely fried. No one can focus on a single task for more than 10 minutes without feeling the urge to make sure their phone is in their pocket and opening TikTok. And the fact that not only
I don't even have TikTok downloaded.
is short videos not enough to appease our attention span, and we have to add another video under the video in case if we get bored watching the video on top. Really, who made this shit up? Even the word yapping is an example.
My comprehension skills are terrible as well. Okay, well that's comprehension, but also yeah. I don't think I have much of attention span either, because I'll have like 3 things playing at the same time, and I'll be enjoying all of them at the same time. But that's just, I'm just depressed, so I just blame that on depression.
Example of this. I've seen niggas comment yapping under MLK's speech. Y'all really have no shame. Gen Z will also get mad at boomers for falling for a dumbass Facebook conspiracy theory. Meanwhile, y'all will fall for a random Twitter account with no news backing, tweeting out that it's a
No. Here's the problem though. There's a lot of boomers that will fall about dumb shit, but they don't get the internet, okay? They have an excuse. When young people get tricked by some random shit on the internet, you have the internet. You know how it works. You can research. You have the ability to. I know to research things before I just blurt them out and be like, I agree, yes. Yes, you're telling the truth. I believe you. No, you do research. You look into it. At least spend 5 minutes looking into something and you could fucking figure it out. At least the boomers have an excuse.
Celebrity died 2 minutes ago. It's crazy how fast we just spread things around.
Like people, what was the thing? Who was supposed to have died? Joe Rogan? Not Joe Rogan.
Around without factually checking if it's true. And Gen Z 100% has the means to do it. We were born with the internet in the palm of our hand. This is another no-brainer, but the amount of attention seekers in Gen Z has triumphed every single other generation combined. It's 100% because of the internet and how fast things spread, but it's put a bad name on everyone else that's normal. Like a boomer will see one of y'all harass a random lady on the street. Daily for clout. No wonder they think we're useless. It's probably their one Facebook post they see before hitting a 16-hour-old person nap. Another thing is weird styles, and it's not like other generations didn't have weird styles.
My mic was off. Fuck. It doesn't matter. My point was basically, if the older generation also had the internet, they would do the same thing. It doesn't really matter either way, because everyone has always wanted to basically be famous and get clout. Even in the old days, they had the news and they would try to get on the news.
But the birth of the word aesthetic took it to another level. Y'all will make anything an aesthetic. I've seen aesthetics from being homeless, aesthetics just glorifying actual
This isn't a new thing.
gore, and aesthetics glorifying mental illness, which only works with
That is a new thing. The fucking mental illness shit is stupid as fuck.
Gen Z, because we grew up with the internet and online groups. But I could only imagine if these kids got sent back in time and how much they would get bullied for this shit. That fake Bart Simpson depression you got would turn into a real depression real quick. And I'm imagining when Gen Z grows up and projects this on their own kids. Also, we have the worst internet challenges and trends to even exist. Like, I don't even know how it got to.
I don't like that argument either, because every parent pushes everything on their own kids. It's like, that's stupid, because every parent will push things on their kids. So it's not gonna like inherently make anything too much worse, because every parent pushes their own agenda on their kids.
Millennials had what? Planking and the cinnamon challenge as their most dangerous things? We've got the blackout.
The fucking challenges that we come up with are crazy. It'll be like, yeah, get hit by a car and die challenge, part 13.
Challenge, the lick a toilet seat challenge, and whatever random thing people come up with to do. Like, I really miss when the internet had positive challenges. When's the last time we had an ice bucket challenge or something? But wrapping things up, every generation, whether old or new, is going to have their impact felt for centuries to come. And I know I shit on every generation here combined, but don't get me wrong, most people are pretty normal and good regardless of when they were born. Every generation has things they've done that have helped the world in some way, and I made sure to leave this message at the end just to see which generation will get triggered the most in the comments before finishing the video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually, and until next time, I'm out.
W video. We'll probably watch one more video and then we'll end stream. One more.